Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for another tarot reading. My name is Ahorangi Starchild and this is a reading for, it's just a pick a deck reading. Whatever it is that you want to know. What is coming in for you, if there's maybe been challenges that you would like to have any information on. This is like a free flow kind of reading. It's just pick a deck and let's go with it, okay? It's kind of like an impulsive decision to do a reading. I have a little bit of a restless energy going and I thought, oh well, I'll just work it off and be of service. Put it to good use, alright? Okay, so below this video there are links where you can contact me. My website is under construction at this point in time, so but if you want to check up on me, you can go on my YouTube channel. I'm still on Facebook. There's links below. You can go browse on my Facebook page, Heart Solutions Limited, from Helensville, Parakai, Auckland, New Zealand. And my name is Ahorangi Starchild. Okay, so if you're a first time viewer, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. If you are part of my tribe, hello whānau, how are you today, kei te pia koe? I love reading for you. So I've just been pulling decks off my shelf here and we'll see how we go. I'm thinking kind of like a mini Celtic cross and maybe some fairy cards and magical unicorns. It's a beautiful day here in New Zealand, here in Auckland today. It's a beautiful sunny day. Skydive Auckland is going. The canopies are coming down and my heart is aching. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe one day I'll get back in the sky. So while I'm waiting to get back in the sky, I'll be throwing us some cards. So I'm an Elohim healer and I have just completed setting up my clinic here from home. But before I expand about that below, you'll also find a timestamp where you can start the reading and watch the reading if you don't want to listen to me yakking away about healings. So I'm an Elohim master and that's an energetic healing modality. Unfortunately, my website is under construction, the place where I had a lot of information concerning that. My sessions are $80 an hour and I prefer to have an hour session. It's about balancing the energy, restoring your own biological rhythm, putting you at the center of your universe so that you can proceed with life in a very centered space, okay? So that's the bare bones of it. But when you book a reading and you have questions, this is for my local peoples, my whānau. Then, of course, I'm quite happy to converse with you, give you a call, have a chat. There's also a video. If you want to know more about me, I still have my Facebook page going. And yeah, we could. I can tell you more about Elohim. So Elohim was channeled by Nigel Collis back in the year 2000, and I have been studying and working with Nigel Collis since 2014. He's my mentor. He's well known in Australasia, and it's just part of the light work and the service that I do as a violet ray twin flame. Yes, I'm a twin flame, and no, I'm not crazy. Sometimes you think you're crazy, but no, you're not crazy. Okay, so let's start your reading. I'm thinking I want to get some maybe messages from your angels. And we could do mermaids and dolphins. And we could do, what's a magical unicorn, shall we? Magical unicorns. What is a tarot reading without Doreen Virtue? Okay. So, I think I will how am I gonna do my cards? We could do, I have 4 decks here. Let me get my camera angles right. 4 decks. There we go. Okay, so now you can see my workspace. Let's do it like this, shall we? This is my Prisma Visions deck. Deck number 1, and we'll mark it with my little stone I picked up at Greymouth Beach. This is a mystical tarot. We'll mark that with a manaya, which is a Maori symbol for spiritual protection. This one here is the Triple Goddess Tarot, and we will mark that with, shall we do, it's a bit big, but we'll do my Orgonite Pyramid. And then last but not the least, we have our Rider-Waite, Radiant Rider-Waite deck. And what will I use for that one? I've got a little rainbow here. So let's do rainbows. Okay. I don't know what I did with my little knickknacks, but we'll do it like that. And so below this video, there will be timestamps for each and every deck. So let's just dive into it. Right, so this is number 1. I just need to get myself organized so I remember the sequence. Once I start to read, I go into a different space, you know, and it's just to keep focus. Okay, there we go. So this is deck number 1. If this is the deck that you chose, deck number 1, my Prisma Vision deck. So let's have a look what's going on with you and what's coming in. It's just a picker deck. There's no specific theme. There's no specific question. Unless you have one, I feel like the universe will conspire here to bring you answers for challenges that you have been facing. So these two. So we have the 5 of Wands is definitely a challenge. There is some conflict that you are dealing with. This could be a situation where there's a fierce competition. We have a Page of Swords crossing you. So this whole situation already is telling me that the conflict comes from having to deal with an immature person who doesn't know how to communicate. They're telling you half truths. They're not stepping up to the game to actually engage in a mental way. They're not problem solving. They are more in the way of inspiration to cause drama. This is a personality that likes to cause drama. They want to get, you know, maybe they cause drama so that they can get their own way. There's a very much immature type of approach to the situation. And I feel like it is because there's an unwillingness to share information just because they are immature and they feel. I kind of pick up on a political game here, so this could be at work because we do have wands. Someone stirring conflict, someone wanting people, setting people up against each other, telling half truths, half lies, maybe a little bit of gossip going around. So yeah, so that's quite not such a nice energy to deal with. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like this situation could also be about these 3 people involved, 3 as a crowd. That there's one person who is telling half truths to the other 2 people involved, and this is causing conflict, it's causing gossip, it's causing maybe jealousy, but also at the same time causing one of the 3 people involved to feel like they've been left out. Okay, the what do you call 5th wheel on the wagon is what we call. So we do have illumination coming in. So I feel like this person who has been stirring up all this drama most probably started to do it very on the quiet and the down low, but because of the nature of the conflict and the energy that's happening, people are starting to talk to each other. They're starting to put the pieces together, and I feel like there is a certain amount of truth that is coming out. And look at that question mark. I feel like someone has been asking questions. Someone has been like say, oh, what's going on here? It's not just taking everything in good faith. Someone is maybe how do I say it, that they know that they have to take whatever is going down with a pinch of salt, not to take everything at face value. There we have the Three of Pentacles. So I said there are three people involved, and this is the confirmation that there are three people involved. This could be at work because it's Pentacles, and also because we have the Five of Wands. The Wands is also work. So I do feel like people are starting to speak to each other, and potentially there could even be more than three people. There could be five people, but I get it as an odd number. I mean, some people are feeling out. I feel like it's political games being played in a work environment. So then we have temperance. Okay, so I feel like there is a lot of lessons to be learned from this conflict on how people treat each other, how they speak to each other, but it's also a process of sorting out who is of high integrity and who isn't. So I feel like there is, in the next, say, 4 weeks or so, there will be information coming forth that will illuminate this whole situation, bring a lot of information to the fore to help people to move on and to calm the situation down and to be able to create a better atmosphere at work. The angels are also helping for bringing in a process of mediation. If the politics at work has been, fairly bad, and there's been manipulation and things hidden and people wanting to just stir things up because they can, because it puts them in control when other people are being distracted with conflict. It puts other people in control. But I feel like the whole truth about the situation is about to burst wide open, because we are going to have, at some point, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio, and we're going to have a full moon in Taurus. Okay, and I feel like that is around about next month, in the next moon cycle. There will be a lot of illumination. There's a lot of healing that's going to come from this. Things are going to calm down. There's about compromising. There will be people compromising, people starting to look beyond the surface of this whole situation, so that they can move forward and create a better environment where people are much more amicable towards each other. And I feel this specifically at work. So take this. Maybe you're the person causing the conflict and causing the strife, but you know why you're doing it. Maybe you are the person who is putting up with it and asking the question, how long? So the solutions and the situation will resolve itself during November. I get it as Sagittarius because Temperance is here. And so temperance is from the 21st of November till the 21st of December. So just before Christmas, everything should be sorted out, and team spirit should be back and up and running in a very healthy way. Okay, so your card for inspiration is Bridget. And it says, caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. And we have an angel with a little lamp there. So maybe you feel, because we do have this little question mark here, so maybe you do know that you don't have all the information and that you need to wait for things to kind of play out before you can make a decision as to how you want to proceed. If you have anything to contribute to the situation in the way of generating a peaceful or contributing to a peaceful environment. So I hope this reading helped you to find clarity. What the angels are saying is to be patient. moderation. Keep moderation in mind. Try to temper your actions and temper your words. Try to find a happy medium. If you don't know what to say, it is okay to keep quiet. But temperance is also about water, so maybe a need to spend some time in the close to the water, or drink more water to cool you down. If you feel like you're feeling a bit hot-tempered and impatient, water will go a long way to bring the temperatures down a bit. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I loved reading for you. Give me feedback on this reading. I would like to know if this one had hit a mark. So our next reading is the Manaya, and it is our mystical tarot. So what we're doing here is I suppose this reading is kind of like morphing into challenges. What challenges are you facing, and how is this going to resolve itself? Is there anything that you need to do concerning challenges that you have to deal with on a day-to-day? Everyone has challenges at this point in time. I tell you what, that Saturn Pluto South Node conjunction in Capricorn is certainly heating up now. It's bringing up stuff from the past, things coming up you haven't been dealing with. It's going to be dealt with. Things concerning family, business, long-term committed, kind of goals that you have. Career, things in the career, things in your daily routine consisting of careers, or things in your daily routine consisting family. Okay, so we're looking at your challenges, doing a mini Celtic cross. Last shuffle, thank you for being patient while I go through my challenge, my challenges, yes, also while I go through my process. Okay, so please give me feedback on this reading. I'd love to hear from you. So we have the Knight of Swords. Someone is waiting for messages, or someone has been sending messages, and this is like going fast, going hard, very impulsive, action orientated type of energy, which can be potentially volatile, moving very fast. And we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like someone has something to say, but the Ace of Swords is crossing. So an inability to express, or internalizing energy, restless energy, and not having an outlet for restless energy. And the challenge here with the Ace of Swords is perhaps if there is any expression that it's not being thought through, because the Knight of Swords is, I would say, it can be fairly immature in the expression because it's not a king yet, but it's also about the Ace of Swords crossing it. So that is the inability to express, or when they do express, it is expressing in a way that's not fair, expressing in an aggressive way, a cutting way, maybe even expressing without having all the information at hand, being impulsive with the words, saying before thinking things through, and not taking into regard the confusion or the carnage potentially that words can cause, being unaware of the power of the word. We have the Hierophant. So this is about teaching and learning. This could be also a big institution. This could even be in literally situations in a church, or a spiritual religious group. I would say religious more than spiritual. So this is religious circles. I feel like if this is the deck that you have been choosing, that there is conflict or a lack of expression in a religious group that you have joined. I feel like this is a situation where You might have thought it was a good idea, and then it turned out that maybe it wasn't, because the messages being received in this group or in this practice maybe feels like you're not getting all the information that you needed for your own spiritual growth. There's the like you're not learning from it what you wanted to, or what your intention was to. Maybe it feels like it's not diving deep enough, that everything is a bit superficial when it comes to what it is that you need to learn. This could also be with an institution, a university, a school, a course that you enrolled. So it's about teaching and learning. I feel like potentially it could be a teacher that you're dealing with that isn't maybe the best teacher, because their communication isn't the best. The way that they explain things doesn't work for you. It feels like it's not practical, it's superficial, and it doesn't dive deep enough for you to be able to have a deep understanding or a complete understanding of what is trying to be taught. I also feel like this could also be a situation of where you want to enroll into a university or a school or a society where you could potentially learn something. It's also about applying for a job with a large institution, but there's something about the communication. The communication is hot and fast, it's superficial, or it's sporadic, and maybe even sometimes dramatic. So we have the Fool, which is a brand new, fresh start. So I feel like there's an opportunity, or you saw this as an opportunity for a brand new, fresh start, where you took a leap of faith, maybe to enroll to better yourself because you had long-term goals in mind. And you're definitely willing to put in the work. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is ruled by Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Hierophant here, which is Taurus. So there is your how you see things is very practical, grounded. You want to get the job done, but there is this sporadic kind of energy when it comes to communication, finalizing the paperwork and the administration, and getting the ball rolling. So we have the Five of Pentacles. Maybe there is something to do with money, like you feel you've been working very hard, but you're not getting the return for your investment. You took a chance on investing money and resources into something that you wanted to learn, or an institution that was going to so when I say invest, this could be work. Okay, so maybe you worked hard, you donated your time, okay, and you work diligently. You're a good worker, you're a good employee, and you feel like there's no justice in some case, because we do have the wolf in sheep's clothing. It looks like this is the Five of Pentacles, but almost looks like the wolf in sheep's clothing, but totally left out and maybe deceived. That's what I kind of hear, is the wolf in sheep's clothing. So I feel like there's a situation that you feel hasn't been just, and you've invested yourself, but you're not getting your return with a large institution, and you took a chance on that institution in the past, and now you kind of feel like you're being hung out, strung out to dry, kind of thing. We're going to do some messages from your angels. But I feel like this doesn't have to be the end of the road. This is a process where you are learning, because it is about learning. We are learning how to expend your energy, where to expend your resources in situations that is fair. Okay, so this is a learning in where to invest your energy and where not to invest it, where you'll get a good return, when to take a chance and when not to take a chance. I feel like there's a lot of impulsive energy here, that there was decisions made very quick, very fast. You thought you had all the information, but maybe there was a little bit of a misjudgment on your end, and you over invested in an institution which most probably didn't have your back. And I see that big building in the back, so I feel like this is a institution, maybe a big corporate sort of situation, maybe you're working for a fairly large company, and you leaving this company with less than what you had before they sucked you dry. So our card for inspiration is Chantal. And it says new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. Okay. So they bringing love into this, which I thought was, it's a little bit okay. All right. So let's say, for instance, this is a love situation. I feel like in the past you fell in love. It was a very spontaneous kind of like love at first sight. You were willing to put in the work. You maybe even expressed your interest for a long term committed partnership. Okay, and you were willing to work on this romantic relationship, but it didn't work out because maybe your person didn't communicate properly with you, they didn't tell you what was going on with them, and that maybe, and I don't see any third parties or anything, but the short story is, because this is only a 6 card spreader, someone was left out in the cold. Normally this is a romantic partner who ghosted you, or there was a third party situation and they chose someone else over you. So what the angels are saying is, if you're watching this and this is about love and romance, that there is, even if you feel left out in the cold, that there is romance on the cards for you. This is not the end of the road, and I do feel like round and round, I feel like there is another opportunity coming, which is going to be very fast happening. It's just going to appear. This person is going to appear out of nowhere, potentially an earth or an air sign. So we're looking here at Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or we're looking at Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Potentially. And I feel like this person will actually offer you this long-term committed partnership that you were looking for first time round. And I feel like you will be feeling very secure in this. It is a very secure, stable, committed partnership coming in, and the angels are saying there's love on the cards for you. So don't lose your faith, don't lose your mojo, get your mojo back, because this person has lost their mojo. So just make sure that you take really good care of yourself. Okay, put yourself number 1 on your list. You'll be bouncing back in no time. So please give me feedback on this reading. I love to hear from you. I love to see if my readings find the people who need to hear them. So this is our Organite Pyramid deck, the Triple Goddess Tarot. And so let's have a look and see what's going on with you. What's your situation? Thank you for tuning in. If you're a first time viewer, please be sure to hit that like button. If you like my style, subscribe if you like my style. Share my videos. I'd like to get my views up. I'd like to get my numbers up. Absolutely beautiful day for reading today. Okay, so we'll just have a look at challenges that you're facing. What challenges could there potentially be that you're dealing with, and you kind of like maybe hit the end of your rope and maybe not sure how to proceed from here on out? It's showing me it's just about shuffled enough. Okay, let's cut the deck and get started. Ooh, you're dealing with heartbreak, disappointment, someone speaking their truth, cutting straight to the heart, maybe even a third-party situation in love. We have someone here who is truly you know, going into dark places, okay, and finding it very difficult to move forward from this very, very challenging situation. It's like she's hanging on for dear life. She does not want to let go, this person. Look how she's hanging on. Come on, camera, please focus. There we go. Look how she's hanging on. Does not want to give up. Okay. She's very strong, and she has her companion. So I feel like you can trust your intuition. That familiar there, the kitty cat, that is your intuition. So your intuition is guiding you on how to deal with a situation. I feel like if you are watching this, that you are meeting this obstacle head on. You're not trying to run away from the truth. You're seeing the truth for what it is. Um, you are a very strong person. I feel like your guides, you are tapping into reserves that you never even knew that you had on an emotional level. Also, you are working through your mental anguish. That's what I get, mental anguish. So this is very heavy energy. Um, Straight off the bat, I want to say I'm sending you light and love and support during this time, because this is definitely very challenging cards. But you're doing the right thing by looking at the situation, looking for the truth, expressing your truth concerning the situation, and trusting your intuition. So we have the Four of Cups. So I feel like maybe you had offered someone your love and you were denied, you were rejected. But this could also maybe be in the reverse, because tarot can flip. Maybe someone else offered you their cup of love and you denied them because you were still heartbroken and trying to recover from your previous experience in love. It's also about feeling like opportunities has passed you by, like there's missed opportunities. And that missed opportunities is, it's almost like this thing that you are holding on to with this Four of Cups is telling me that it's you find it very difficult to move on from this. So we have the World. I feel like you are finishing off. You're totally done with feeling the way you do. You're working, you're making a concerted effort to work through this. It's certainly very challenging. And I feel like you're starting to see the bigger picture. But in this, you've also learned how to surrender. You've learned all the lessons that you could potentially learn from this situation. You learn about people, you learn about yourself, you learn about expressing truth, you learn about communication, you learn about matters of the heart, you learn how to process mental anguish, and you learn how to process emotional anguish. So someone's still going within, there's still some conversations, there's a lot of recovery, there's a lot of time out, a lot of thinking, going inward, finding the answers here. There's a healing also coming in. This is about maybe still feeling like there's unfinished business, that there's still one conversation that needs to be had. So we have the three of wands here. So I feel like if you are the viewer, I feel like you are still waiting for the other person to come back to this unfinished business, because I feel like this person might have just left or ghosted you, and they left you hanging for such a long time, and now you're waiting for this person to come back so that you can finish this, because you've been kind of hanging in limbo. You are finishing off the best you can, but it still feels like unfinished business. One more card. Okay, so I feel like it's a person from the past coming back. So this is Judgment. I do feel like if you are waiting for closure concerning this absolutely heartbreaking situation, your person will be coming back. The angels are working behind the scenes to bring this situation some closure, okay? The other person also feel like they can't leave it like this. They also need to fix this chaos, and I feel like the other person that created the situation, you just caught up in the carnage. You're just caught up in the carnage of it all. And so there's still one conversation that needs to be had. You're waiting, and the angels are bringing it together, but you also still need to go through a lot of healing before, or some more healing. You've already done a vast amount of healing. Isolated yourself. You did this healing in isolation. But the angels are creating a situation where the two of you can have a talk and reconnect and set things straight. Everyone get to say their piece. So timing for this is we have judgment. So judgment to me is a very scorpionic card because it dives deep. It goes into places, you know, that is beyond our awareness. It's a lot of subconscious energy there. But for the timing, I feel like as soon as you have done most of the healing and you are in a place where you can emotionally and mentally cope with the situation, the angels will bring you together, or your guides or the universe or source, they'll bring you together one more time. Okay, all right, so we have cards flipping over. So we have Carissa, and it says, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. You've been through a lot, okay? And it speaks to this world card where you're finishing off with a cycle and ready to start into the next. We have Daniel. You got 3 cards falling out. Where's my words? Doesn't want to focus, so I can't read it. It says, I am the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. So just put that words where it will fit for you. And then we have Yvonne. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. So maybe I see there's a kitten there. So maybe through it all, maybe the emotional loss could concern a beloved pet. Okay, but it could also maybe everything happening all at once. Maybe you'd lost a pet as well as someone you love dearly. So I hope this message bring you comfort and clarity. Thank you for tuning in. Please give me feedback on how this reading finds you. I send you light and love during this time. Thank you so much. Okay, our last deck is the little rainbow, somewhere over the rainbow. And this is our Rider-Waite. So we're looking at challenges, Radiant Rider-Waite. We're looking at challenges. What challenges are you facing? And, you know, how can you deal with it? Where's the end? Where's the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak? Thank you for tuning in. If you're a first-time viewer, please like this video if you like this reading. Please subscribe if you like my style. Share my videos. I'd like to get my numbers up. I'd love to get my subscribers up. Okay, so let's have a look what's slowing you down, shall we? What is cramming your style? Oh. We have cards flipping over. What's cramping your style, family? Okay. I feel like there is a focus on family. All right. There's a focus on happiness. You are pursuing your emotional happiness, and maybe to a certain extent you feel like you have achieved it. But I feel like you also want to finish off with a whole lot of stuff in the family that doesn't serve you. behavioral patterns and things that make people feel unhappy with each other. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, but that is it's crossing you. So I feel like there could potentially be money issues in the family. This could be just your immediate family, like mom, dad, children. But it could potentially be in the larger sense of the family as well. So now we can go to the extended family and bring them in. But I feel like someone has invested in family, someone has done a lot to bring about, to invest in their emotional happiness. But now we could potentially have a brand new fresh start, but a decision that needs to be made concerning this start, or an inability to make the decision because you feel like I don't have all the information. We have the Emperor, which is someone who is very much, you could say, like a very strong father figure, someone who is very set in their ways, could potentially have some narcissistic kind of tendencies. It's my way or the highway, a person with control issues. We have the High Priestess. Now we have someone who's dealing with someone who has control issues, and then the High Priestess, she doesn't say much. So I feel like we are dealing here with some family politics. We have someone who's keeping secrets concerning a masculine person who has control issues. Someone knows everything, but they're not speaking about what's going on in the family. They might even have secrets concerning this person who has control issues. So we have a brand new fresh start. I don't know if I want to take this one, but we also have the Eight of Swords. So let's take it. So the challenges you face could potentially be wanting to make an investment in the family, whether this is buying a new home, moving in with someone. But I do feel like we are talking here about a couple who is where the feminine is highly, highly, highly intuitive, spiritual, but the high priestess in her negative is someone who is very manipulating, likes to manipulate emotionally. In other words, make you feel guilty emotionally about things. And then we're also dealing with a masculine person who's very controlling. So these two together is an absolute toxic situation in the negative. Okay. But we also have a lot of positive cards here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Ten of Cups. So I feel like there is a brand new fresh start, especially with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and a decision that needs to be made. Okay. So I do feel like the challenges is more the people than the actual brand new fresh start. I feel like if you're watching this, it could be a situation of a younger person who wants to maybe break free, who needs to make a decision concerning pursuing their own happiness, but they have the challenge of parents or elders or conservative people who wants to keep them boxed in, fenced in, and prevent them from moving forward through maybe talking or not, by like constraining you mentally. They don't want you to move forward. They want to mentally and manipulate you so that you can stay disempowered. So they disempower you through making you feel like incompetent. They disempower you through coming across strong and giving you ultimatums, placing limitations on you so that you can't make your brand new fresh starts. So these are your challenges. But I do feel like two can play the game. That's what I hear. My guides are saying two can play the game of manipulation once you know. If you go and Google what they say, Google narcissistic behaviors, and you get to know those type of patterns. If you get to know the people that you're dealing with, if this is the energy, the toxic, narcissistic, controlling, disempowering people that you're dealing with, then Google narcissistic behavioral patterns, get to know your enemies, and then too can play that game, and that will set you free. If you can find out what makes them tick, the door is open. Absolutely 100% the door is open. Okay, so angel cards. Fiona and so Fiona, I see Fiona and Shrek. Okay, so this might be, so she made a transformation. Okay, so maybe these people are making you believe that you're not good enough for whatever reason, and this is preventing you from moving forward, and it's preventing you from achieving your own emotional satisfaction. So go watch Shrek 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many Shrek movies there are, but Fiona to me is a kind of a bit of a clue. And then we have, now that you ask the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So I hope this reading finds you well. Please give me feedback. I absolutely love reading for you. And I'll pick a deck again soon. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.